Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Killer Collab Podcast. My name is Tony Devin Florida, Tony D. As always, joined with Chris Lato.
Howdy, howdy.
What's up?
How you doing?
And in front of him, Mr. Joe Davison.
Let me see if I can match Chris's enthusiasm.
He doesn't have enthusiasm.
Hey. Hey, guys.
Hi, guys.
I hate my life. How's
Actually, love my
everybody
life.
doing?
I have the greatest life ever.
Yeah,
I'll
sorry.
do anything. Do whatever I want.
You do?
Yeah, he does. He has no
I'm having
life.
horrible deja vu right now.
Hang out.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like a lot of deja vu's happening.
What is he doing? What are we doing over there?
Can you hear this?
He's terrible at this. Yes, we can hear it.
You know who this is?
No.
This is Vitus. He's a Russian opera singer.
Yeah.
He's
That's
dude,
now
he
your
is
intro
gorgeous.
song.
Gorgeous.
I mean, like as an artist.
Oh.
He kind of has like a Bowie thing going.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
very. But I want you guys to watch this work. My daughter.
He looks like something you'd see
Look at
on
that.
America's Got
See
Talent.
that? Dude, this guy's a billionaire.
Oh, that guy's massive in Russia. He's huge. Yeah.
Look at that tongue work. My wife wants me to get to that.
Look at that tongue work.
Yeah.
Vitus, if you're listening, buddy, I admire you. I think you're a great artist. I saw you live at some rave thing in the desert via satellite. It was awesome.
I don't think I've
Anyways.
ever heard anyone say, look at that tongue work.
Yeah, well, that's because you don't do good tongue work, man. Leanne constantly says it.
Yeah.
She's like, look at
Yeah,
that tongue
apparently,
work.
and usually you're not there.
I'm not. She's like, I'm on the phone. She's like, you should see this tongue work. I'm like, who's there today?
Hey, Joe, I think we have a special guest.
And we do. We have a fantastic guest. I've worked with him years in like 2000, and then again in like 3 weeks ago. Like I don't know, was it like last year sometime? A couple months for South Essential, he came out, and I think it was episode 110, episode 10 season. Yeah, episode 10, and played my news anchor. It was great. It was fun. A fucking boat full of retards came by.
I'm not supposed to say that word anymore.
Oh, what? Fucking?
Yes.
Sorry. Let me introduce you guys. You probably know him from the Grim Fairies, but way more than that. There's so much talent behind this man. MIKEE Plastik, welcome.
Welcome.
Awesome, man. I'm stoked to be on. I'm a fan of the podcast, so
Thank you,
Awesome.
sir.
Thank you.
You actually listen to it?
I actually listen to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we're getting like 20,000 hits a week, and I'm like, do these people really listen to
I know.
it? Like, why?
Yeah.
You know, it's really crazy, and I'm Joe, I'm sure you probably run into this, like where people will like email you or message you to be on a podcast, and you're like, you don't know what it's about.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I just did one out of Brazil.
That's what this is. We have no idea what our
Yeah.
podcast is about. It's just about
No.
stuff.
But I knew y'all's podcast, so Joe's like, "You want to be on?" I'm like, "Hell
Awesome.
yeah, I want to be on."
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, we're open platform, so it's actually we bring on everybody and anybody who pretty much works in entertainment or
Yeah.
anything like that. We talk about everything and anything.
We're like the
Yeah.
Seinfeld of podcasts.
No.
Our show's about nothing.
Well,
It's just
I'm like
whatever
to
we
think
want to
we're-
talk about.
we're more like the Cheers of podcasts.
We just kind of
Where everybody
bring a
knows your
subject
name.
up and talk.
What'd you say? Suck
So
it
we
up.
just
and-
bring
Oh.
up a subject and talk
Oh,
about
I thought you said you suck up a.
he does that thing too.
Yeah. So, Mike, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Let the audience know who you are. I mean, I could read your bio and stuff if you want. If you
Yeah,
prefer.
no, it's okay.
I can do it with an accent, like an Irish
That
one.
might-
In
that
the
might be
Witcher
better.
of 1998, Chris Maggie.
So obviously my background's in music. From Tampa, born and raised in Tampa, and
As all good music producers are.
Right.
yeah, well, actually a lot. Yeah, for sure. There's a
Yeah.
lot of talent that came out of Tampa, and
Bro, why'd you take off? Like,
so so I came up in the music scene and was in we eventually got signed to a record label and started touring, and was involved in the music industry for 2 decades. And
Nice.
yeah, so through that avenue, I had a chance to do some soundtrack work on a couple gaming projects and a couple films. And ultimately, things just kind of segued into that. So now I'm away from the drama of the music industry, and I predominantly compose, underscoring, a little bit of Foley work, but predominantly underscoring.
Nice.
Is what I do.
Yeah, that's how we met. You entered a music video in one of my film festivals.
Yes, the Innovative Film Festival. Yeah.
Right.
Yep,
And
sure did.
I got it, and I'm like, because we didn't usually take in music videos. It was more like short movies and.
But you were so blown away by how bad
So
it
he
was.
sent it over, and I'm like, what is this all about? And I'm looking, I'm like, okay. Alright. He's like, cool.
Lotion. Yeah, I like this one. This is great.
But
we
yeah, it
kinda
was really
shot
cool.
like a short film, you know.
I still remember it.
and-
Yeah, it was cool.
What song was it? What was it for?
I couldn't tell you the song. God, that was.
He might be able to. It's his.
Yeah, well, I did. It was a song called "I Got a Gun" that we shot. Basically, a short. It's almost like a short film.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The length of the song, and the music is like the soundtrack to it. The lyrics are the narration, and we basically storyboarded a story of what the song is about, and that was the music video. You know,
That's cool. That was a
Kind of
long
like
time ago.
kind of like an Andy Warhol approach to it. You know.
Right. God, that had to have been 10 years ago, 9 years ago.
Well,
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it had to be a long
Probably
time.
Shit.
7
Dude,
or 8
wait.
years ago.
when he and I first worked together, that was 22 years ago.
Wow.
2000, right? Right around there, 2001?
Unearthed.
Yeah,
with
Unearthed.
Tom Savini,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That was a horrible movie. I mean, it was the first.
Starring Joe Davison.
Well,
opposite of Tom Savini.
Yeah, but back then, who the fuck is that fat dude? Who is he now? Nobody still. 22 years trucking along, still no name. Nobody knows.
You're a talented guy.
Which is why I have to introduce you every week.
I know.
The man that needs an introduction.
Oh man,
That's cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna go kill myself.
so dramatic.
But yeah, Unearthed, man, that was a pretty interesting sci-fi movie with Savini. He and I played detectives. They came on at the end and did the music and stuff. It was great. I remember. I think I came to your house. Did I come over to your house back then? I remember looking at some video game stuff and.
Maybe at Curse's. Did you go to Curse Mackey's house? Maybe.
God, man, I don't know. Maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really know him that well either. I knew him enough. If I saw him in Ebor, we'd say hi, and, whatever,
Right.
chit chat. But
I can safely say I have never seen that movie.
you and everyone else.
Like I said, safely.
How can you see it?
I don't think you can, man. It wasn't mine. I just helped produce it.
It's not out anywhere.
I don't think it is.
That's a good way to make money. Just don't put it out anywhere.
Well, the director got really bummed because in his brain it was this ultimate sci-fi masterpiece ode to like Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
Don't they
And-
always think that?
And it was, well, I tried to tell him, I was like, it's a little too long. It's a little too much
People don't listen.
drama. Let's keep it with the alien theme and the action. And then he did the worst thing. He went to Horror Find in Maryland, Horror Find weekend, and he only brought like 45 minutes of the movie.
Ugh.
And he played it. And I was like, bring a 10-minute clip, bring a trailer.
Right.
Don't bring 45 minutes because people are going to get confused and think the movie's over.
Right.
And sure enough, that's what happened. So a bunch of people went online and was like, this movie doesn't make any sense. It just ends. Da, 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 da. And I was like, I told you, dude.
Looks like
So
it's another hour.
That sent him like in a spiral. And then he just like gave up, didn't give a shit.
Who was the director?
Now he lives in South Africa. Craig Kovac.
Has he done anything since?
No.
That was his only movie.
Yeah, he put $400,000 of his own money into a movie. Shot it on the XL1.
Oh my.
Yeah, I mean, he
Bill
pulled
Cannon
some,
XL.
pulled some big permits for that. He shut down 7th Avenue and in the club scene that the band was performing in, they, rented the Masquerade out. And
That's where the entire $400,000 budget went. Shut down the street.
No, dude, this guy he went and bought a 66 Mustang for the movie. He bought a 57 cab. He bought, like Blade Runner style cab. He bought tons of weapons and stuff. He just didn't hire the right people, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It was 2000. What the hell did I know? I was only just out of high school, like 4 years. So anyway, we didn't know. Anyways,
you were out of high school in 4 years in 2000? I don't think so.
Yeah, I graduated in 94, 6 years.
You graduated in 94?
Yeah.
Oh. God,
Why?
yeah.
When did you think I graduated?
I don't know. I thought you were close to my age.
How old are you?
I'm 52.
No, bitch. You're 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
I was like, I graduated in 87. I'm like, what?
87? I was 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Joe and I are the same age.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was
Oh, wow.
6.
I graduated in 03.
Damn.
I was married, divorced, had 2 kids. Like, geez.
Shit, I don't even think I really had masturbation down.
I know, right?
20.
I was a pro by that day.
No, I kept learning no matter how hard it was.
Told me he came out of the womb whacking it.
Nice.
So what are you working on now?
Sorry, yeah, continue. Sorry.
So, as Joe knows that I do, obviously interested in history. And so I started doing a lot of, I have a background in journalism too, and started doing a lot of, basically started a channel on YouTube that was going to be predominantly a interview platform, and also some commentary on historical subject matter. So a friend of mine who's a former FBI agent, he has a background in the mafia. Because that was his specialty. He was on the Gambino Crime Family Task Force.
Wow.
So
We hang out with the Gambinos.
Babyface Gambino.
That's a fact.
Gangsta.
Babyface Gambino.
No, we're good friends of the Gambinos. My daughter actually goes over their house quite a bit.
Oh yeah, the actual blood, like the blood name Gambinos.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're Sicilians. And there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But so through him, I started connecting with gentlemen who were actual former mobsters. Some of them were made members, some were associates, but these are guys that obviously are no longer in the life. They either testified and went into witness protection, or never went into witness protection and just moved away from their area of operation. And so I started interviewing a lot of these guys, and then that now has segued into working on the National Geographic channel Narco Wars.
Nice.
Which,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're in our 3rd season of that, which begins airing tomorrow night, Wednesday. Runs from tomorrow night to September 7th.
Nice.
So, yeah. Yeah. Pretty excited.
Very cool.
Huh.
A docu-series,
Oh yeah,
but
absolutely. So this background in journalism, did you study it in college, or or you were doing like journalistic just videos in general from that?
Well, when I went to college, my original major was theater, actually. And in high school and stuff, I was involved in sound design for our theatrical productions, and I was obviously already playing in a punk rock band in Tampa Bay. And
who wasn't?
Once I left high school and went to college, my initial major was theater arts, and then ultimately I changed my major to communications. And so I started writing for the school paper. So I had a little bit of background in journalism, but this was purely just more for my own interest.
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
history.
It's also when your interest cross with your work, and you're able to like love what you do, because that's something that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to do. When they cross over their interests and what they do for work and what they do, and it's very.
So what you're saying, Tony, is masturbating and bartending don't go together?
If you're doing it right, it does.
No, it's true.
Okay, good tips.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a fact. Yeah. I'll have a salty martini, please. Hold on. Let me whip one up for you.
Give me 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
I get in and get out. I do
That's
I
not
what I gotta
getting in and getting out. What are you, like, running a
I
marathon?
know.
Like, as he grabs the lotion.
You think you know what
He's going to show us right now. He's going to show us right now how fast he can do it.
You think after all these years you can like do it in like 20 seconds, you're done.
Dude, I can just think about it. Like, really?
It's like, all right, done.
Yeah.
3 minutes is like really quick for me.
Jesus Christ,
That's
man.
a good turnover rate.
Mine's like 18
That's why his
seconds.
right arm's so.
Sometimes I can't even get to it fast enough. It's already
I know.
done. Yeah.
I don't even work out.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Forearms are like.
Leanne just doesn't look at me the right way, and it's all like.
Yeah, no. I need some more than that. I need to be licked here and do this. Like, don't talk to me.
What are you, puppy?
Yes.
Jeez.
I have my leg shakes. It's weird.
Yeah, I bet. My legs should do shake what I'm doing too.
Wait, you got your cat licking your shit while you're
Yeah.
stroking it? Like,
Hey,
what the fuck?
Stop
is wrong
watching our
with you?
camera. Okay. Oh man.
Well, as you can see, we kind of go off the rails.
We do. We get sidetracked a lot.
Good stuff. I enjoy it.
I think that's why people watch us.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Because they never know what's going to come out of our
I'd
mouths.
like to think it's just this right here.
Yeah, no.
That's totally
That's
it.
not it. That's not it. Have you
You know,
seen any?
this-
Have you ever seen any comments talking about that?
No, I think you have comments turned off because no one comments on anything.
I know, it's like,
30,000
How'd you
people
have
watch the
25
show,
hits and
nobody comments.
They get vulgar, okay?
Who gives a shit?
They get.
I want to read that shit.
Actually, YouTube blocks a lot of it because a lot of people curse and.
They're like, "What, you fat
Derogatory.
dumbass? You don't know anything."
Yeah, they get very derogatory, and YouTube blocks.
How dare
a lot
you
of that stuff.
discredit Friday the 13th, 2009 as never happening?
I love that movie.
Fuck that movie.
I love that movie. I was actually watching.
I love it. I think they did a good job with it.
I think it's trash.
It's all right.
I like it.
Julian
All right.
Gill, man.
Was that like a more recent one?
2009.
Oh,
They kind of mixed the first and second one, and the third one.
Yeah.
They mixed them all together.
Yeah, so what? Stupid.
in one movie.
It's dumb.
Huh.
No,
Just like-
I disagree.
That's some decent
Oh my
moments.
God.
X does not get the square. We disagree.
I'm not gonna say it was terrible, but it was
Okay.
Okay.
I liked it.
It was better than Jason Goes to Hell, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
That was 10.
That movie was entertaining.
I like that
Jason
one.
X was entertaining.
I like it
I like
better than
Jason X.
2009.
It didn't take itself too seriously. It knew exactly what it was. It was
They
just
had a fucking android in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
An android.
What's the one where Jason's
better
not
than
in it
mine.
at all?
Jason Goes to Hell,
Yeah.
Part 9.
Part 9.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Fucking horrible.
2009
movie. I hate that
and
movie.
Part 9. None of those are good for Jason.
It was funny. I was
9.
collecting all the Friday the 13th movies,
9!
and I purposely left 9 because I'm like, I will never fucking watch this again. So I'm not even gonna get it.
Yeah. It's in my collections because it comes with it.
Sucks. Yeah, I ended up
I
buying.
have like
that.
4 collections.
I ended up buying that new box set.
We should do like a sacrificial what am I saying?
I don't
Part
know.
9. I want to say episode 9. Part 9 and 2009. And we should have like a effigy of some kind
Just burn it.
and burn them.
Oh, I disagree. 09 was actually a really good movie.
Oh, 9 was okay. It was better than 9. I can tell you that.
It was better than Manhattan. It was
Nope.
Get the hell out of here.
Nope. He fucking punches a dude's head off his body. That's
my only
can't get
complaint.
better than that.
My only complaint with Manhattan is
Yeah.
that
It was shot in
it takes place on a
Vancouver.
boat. Like he's in Manhattan for like what 3 minutes?
Not
At
even.
the end.
Not even.
I wish they had more
He's
money.
walking through Times Square.
Like I wish they had more money and were able to
Well-
shoot more there and have them just hacking people up in Times Square.
They
That
could
would have
do
been awesome.
one where like Jason misses the stop to Manhattan, stays on the bus, and ends up in Bartow, Florida.
Oh, nice. I thought you were going to say New Jersey.
Or Brooklyn.
Yeah.
See how long he lasts in Brooklyn. Well, now.
Well,
Like,
he'd last a
I just
lot.
think
He's
they
dead.
missed a lot of opportunities.
That was very Christopher Walken.
in Manhattan.
He'd last a lot.
Well, they
He's
didn't have the
dead.
budget to actually use.
Yeah, they had no budget. But
They shot it in
you think by
Vancouver.
by the 8th movie they'd have had some money.
They have money. Cunningham has a ton of money.
Yeah.
I just watched a short film with him in it, with Sean Cunningham in it, yesterday.
Did Kane Hodder do all of those later ones too?
Hodder did
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, and that was it.
no,
Or,
he did 4.
Did he?
He
He
did
didn't
4
do
movies.
Freddy vs. Jason.
No, which is shitty. He should have.
Right.
Yeah.
Was he in 7?
7, 8, 9, and 10. Yep.
7, 8, 9, 10?
7, 8, 9.
Which one was 7?
New Beginning?
7 was
No. the girl with the
7 was the one with the psychic girl.
Oh yeah, I actually like that one.
Me too.
Yeah.
thought
I
that
mean,
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
That's the one where he's underwater with the chain on his neck. I love
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
shit. And he
But,
and he
I mean,
flies out
that's
of the
how
water.
my script starts. I wrote a script, Friday the 13th, part 13, and that's how mine starts. He's underwater on the chain.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it brings everybody
It's like one of
back.
my favorite parts.
I bring everybody back, man. I bring back Jarvis. Is that his name? Tony Jarvis? Tommy Jarvis.
Tom Matthews.
Corey Feldman. Bring him back. I
Really?
want Corey Feldman to be him.
Do we really want to bring him back?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He
Feldman,
built
man.
he built a
Feldman has to pay his bills. He needs work
in
too,
my
man.
script.
I don't disagree.
In my
I'm just saying,
script,
I've heard horror
Feldman's
stories of him
character
working with people.
has built a weapon to kill Jason. Basically a Gatlin harpoon gun.
You know, Tommy Jarvis and Corey Feldman played the same character, right?
Yeah, what? What do you
Tommy
mean?
Jarvis is Corey Feldman.
I know.
Yeah,
but
what
he
are you
brings
talking about?
but he brings back Tom Matthews. That's the older version of Tommy Jarvis.
Right. You're bringing both of them back?
No, I'm only bringing Corey Feldman
Corey
back.
Feldman.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be older Tommy. Fuck the other guy.
But that's
Tommy
gonna
Jarvis.
mess people up.
The
Right?
other guy was cool.
I like the guy.
The one who punches the
The what?
Mama! He hurt me, Mama! He hurt me!
That was the other version of
Right, that's the
Jarvis.
third Tommy
no,
Jarvis.
Yeah, no, that was the second. But then the third one
Right,
was
well,
the one we like.
It's
Tom
It's
Matthews.
a third
We
version.
like the Tom
No, I
Matthews.
like the guy from that one. I like that Tommy Jarvis. The Leonard Kenny Tommy Jarvis.
No,
Yeah,
disagree.
because he beats the shit out of that dude.
And obviously, we don't agree on movies a lot.
What let me down was they didn't let him beat the shit out of Jason at the end. They built him up as this fucking badass who beats the shit out of people, and in the end he like gets hurt in the leg and he limps through a bar and all.
He was always psychotic.
Because like, get the fuck out of
Because
here.
he was psychotic.
Get out of
He
here.
was like, "Oh, am I Jason? I don't know if I'm Jason. Am I Jason?" And then he had no idea. He didn't know.
Listen, you
favorite?
get chased by a dude in a hockey mask and a machete and see what it does to your psyche.
What's your favorite Friday?
Yeah.
4.
I posted the other day about it.
I saw it. I didn't answer it on purpose.
Why?
I
Because I'm
answered
not
the
getting
Scream.
into it.
Because you want to talk on the show about it?
No,
I answered the Scream one.
Yeah.
but I didn't
Tell
get
me
into
your
it.
Friday. What's your favorite?
My favorite Friday is probably 4
4?
or 3. 3 or 4. I like 4.
I like 3.
3 is the
I
dad.
like the characters, and I like.
That's it. 3.
You know, that's the one who got the mask.
But that's at
That's the one that was in 3D. And I
Yeah.
saw that.
That's
at
not the
theater.
one with the halfway home. Then
no.
that's 4.
No, that's
like 5 or 6.
yeah.
It ain't that far up the
No,
chain.
it's 5.
gentlemen.
It's definitely 5. It's 5.
5.
It's definitely 5.
It's 4's
With the
final
blonde-haired girl
chapter.
who dances.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
5.
I love that because my daughter does that.
Because
dance.
Roy's the killer in 5.
Yeah.
Roy's the killer. It's not.
Yeah, he's the dad.
Right.
Yeah, the dad of the
All right, well then it's 5 and then 3.
I like 3 because I saw it in the theater in
Me too.
3D.
Me too.
And it was so awesome.
Yeah.
And then he gets his iconic
I remember the
mask
eyeball.
and, yeah,
The
the
eyeball?
eyeball popping
Yeah.
out and the
Yeah.
harpoon.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fun one.
I love
Definitely
that one.
the
It's so
3D
good.
one.
And that was back then. 3D was
Feldman
different.
was in 2, right?
The
Was
what?
it Feldman and
Feldman
Corey
was
Corey
in
Feldman was in 4.
4.
Oh, 4.
4,
Yeah,
and then
4.
Tommy Jarvis is in
5. And then the
5.
6th one is the one that I like. That's
That's
my
my
favorite.
favorite. That's the
Sixth
one where they go to the graveyard.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what the good Tommy
Yep.
Jarvis comes
Yep.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's
a
my
fucking
favorite
great
one.
movie. That's probably my second favorite is 6.
All right, maybe I like different ones.
Yeah, mine goes 6.
I don't know.
3.
That's the 6 is the one where
9.
they're in the RV.
Yeah.
And they crashes the RV and he stands on top of the
Yeah.
RV and he just stand there. Fucking iconic. I love that shot.
Oh yeah. Oh
Fucking
yeah.
badass.
Yeah.
That was my favorite one.
So,
Which one do you got, Mike?
Well, my favorite's probably 3.
3?
For sure. 'Cause
Yeah.
I saw it in the theater as well. So yeah, that was a good one.
we're all showing our.
You know, 9. Part 9 was directed by a guy who never directed a single movie.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
it's
and you know how he got the gig?
you ever watch Crystal Lake Memories?
No.
You never saw that
I have the
documentary?
book. I have the
Dude,
book.
that documentary is so good. And they tell about that guy, and he's just like, yeah, I'm so far in over my head directing this
Yeah.
movie. Like, he had never directed anything.
Yeah.
Right out of film school.
Yeah, you know how he
Like,
got
yeah,
it?
Direct this.
Because Cunningham was just like, I don't care.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Just
Yeah.
give me money.
Yeah.
That's all he was.
Yeah.
That's why I was so
We-
bad.
I'm
horrible.
I'm trying to pitch him mine now through Roy.
Cunningham?
Yeah, because Roy shot him tight. They're like
Yeah,
close
if they ever
friends.
finished the lawsuits and all that bullshit.
That shit will never be
It'll
settled.
never be settled.
Never be settled. They're gonna have to differentiate between Jason
You
Voorhees
just need to make it a
and
fan
Friday
film.
the 13th. They're two different movies.
I want a prequel. There has to be a prequel.
No,
Well, they really are.
what I wrote is an end. It's the end of the end. And humans don't win.
But you say Friday the 13th and Jason Voorhees they're completely different.
The names.
Because the first one doesn't even have Jason in it at all.
Right. Well,
as a little kid.
Miller wants the name, and Sean wants the title.
Sean wants the title Friday the 13th, and the other guy wants Jason
Voorhees.
Okay. So do it.
I don't know. They can't come to eye to eye. It's been like 30 years.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're both
the fans
millionaires.
suffer. Right.
They're millionaires. They're living in mansions.
Meanwhile, the fans suffer.
You know,
Why don't they
there's
just
nothing.
combine
They're
their
both in their
effort?
80s. They don't give a fuck anymore. Anyways,
So when they die, what happens to the rights?
They can pass it down.
it'll
They
go to
revert to
Cole.
Joe?
It'll go to Cole probably.
They revert to you.
His son, Cunningham, is his
Yeah,
son.
go through the kids.
Yeah.
It's like anything else. They just hand it down.
No, not Cole. No.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So these two guys created the concept. One has the rights to the actual title of the series, and the other guy has the rights.
Something like that.
So
I don't know the
Jason
logistics, but it's that. It's pretty much like that, and neither one of them want to let go of the other thing.
What if you just made Friday the 13th and call him Jason Voorhees or something?
He's a Spanish
Or just
dude.
Jason.
Yeah.
Just call him Jason. You don't need his last
Jason's
name.
return. Yeah. Jason's come back. Jason
how can
takes Manhattan.
Right.
I don't know. I guess you can't copyright a iconic name. I guess.
Well,
can.
I don't
You
know.
can
It doesn't
copyright
matter.
anything.
You can't copyright a name
It's a
per
fictitious
se,
name.
but someone
Not
like
a standard.
someone that's like a
first
franchise, like a Batman or
Yeah.
Spider-Man or
Right.
somebody like that. You can
title.
But
Jason
copyright
Voorhees is
that.
copyrighted.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's
But
like
you
an
can use
iconic
Jason.
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, but you don't have to say shit, man. You don't have to even put a title on the poster. You just
Right.
need the hockey mask.
Exactly.
And people will
And
go
people
see
already
it.
know who he is. You don't
You
even
don't
have to say his name for the whole
fucking
movie.
name.
You already know who he is.
You just have to say, he's returned.
Right.
They know you're not talking about Jesus.
Why not?
He
He doesn't
should
wear
take
a hockey mask.
A still of that iconic underwater shot and work that onto the cover. You know what I mean?
All right.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, my script,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Well,
fucking
look at the fan
Cunningham
film.
get
Never Hike
fucking
Alone. Never. What was the sequel to that? There was Never Hike.
Never like a hoe.
Hike a hole.
Sounds like
Never
you
Hike
went,
Alone.
you went to the bad summer camp. Never like a hoe.
Or Lake Hackahoe.
Lake Hackahoe.
Nice.
Lake Hackahoe.
Oh, that's a good name for a movie.
That's a great fucking name.
I said it
That's
first.
the next one, Lake Hackahoe.
I don't think you said that. Lake Hackahoe.
We do a cabin by the lake.
No, dude.
slasher.
Yeah.
Lake
Yeah.
Hackahoe.
That's great, dude.
We're gonna make that movie.
Hackahoe.
We're gonna make that movie this winter. Let's make that movie this
We're
winter.
But
doing
it's
it.
not pronounced that way.
Don't say that shit to me because I'll do it.
Clearly, like,
Let's
clearly
make
like
that-
an Indian
Let's
name.
make that movie this winter.
All right.
Yeah, we have. All right, all our fans who listen to this podcast,
I'm always
send $1, and we'll get 30 grand. We can make
There
it.
you go. We're gonna make Lake Hackahoe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sure.
Also, buy my book. It's
And
on
oh yes,
Amazon and
there will be hoes.
yeah, rows and rows of hoes and hoes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I really want to do it.
Let's do it.
Lake
No, I'm down, bro. You know
Lake
what?
Hackahoe.
I'll fucking do anything. I don't give a shit.
Dude, it's got to be an urban parody.
There you go.
It's got to be.
Oh yeah.
The lead dude's got to be like Tyrone, like
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking totally different than you are. I was thinking of like hoes, like girls that are just like.
that's what I'm
scantily
thinking.
clad.
Hackahoe.
But you're going the urban route,
Yeah.
which actually
Would
makes
be
way
funny.
more sense.
It would be
than what I-
funnier as shit.
Okay, well, who in the urban any area went to camp?
Well, that's racist, I think,
That's
but
the irony of it.
yeah. No, it's like it's a party bus.
Are you saying no black people ever went to camp?
Yeah. What are you saying right now?
No, I'm saying.
All right.
No, but basically, remember Sleepaway Camp movie?
You know what that silence was? Us being canceled.
Yeah. But you remember Sleepaway Camp, was it 3?
None of those count as camp documentaries.
No,
Y'all should do it, but it should be done in like that kind of 70s black.
Oh, it's sleepaway.
Yeah, we do a 70s
It's
black
a party bus. Party bus. It gets lost. They end up at this fucking lake where there's these fucking like two white cannibals, and the fucking dudes call it Lake Hackahoe.
Lake Hackahoe. Right.
Yeah,
Script.
and then they gotta fight the dude. They kill the fucking cannibals. But it's like, fucking rappers fighting cannibals.
Dude, I love it.
I don't know, man. That sounds great.
I think we just went off the rails there.
Well, canceled.
No,
Why not?
Brainstorming.
Yeah.
Brainstorming for the next project.
Coming this summer, Lake Hackahoe.
Hackahoe.
Who's on the cover? Just girl.
And then at the very end, one of the women could look up and be like, "This is Lake Navajo, you illiterate assholes."
Oh boy.
That's awesome.
Oh, jeez.
But I think that'd be funny, dude.
Absolutely.
Have you
You
ever
need to
written a
go
script?
way out of the comedy. Me?
No.
Motherfucker.
Mike, have you ever written a script?
For Lake Hackahoe?
No. Have you ever written a script in general?
Do you want to write a script?
Dude, I'm gonna spit my water out.
No, not really. No, I've
No.
never written like scripted anything out. No.
Mhm.
Nope.
It's a very tedious process. Very
Oh,
tedious.
I imagine. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
It is.
I mean, I've
No,
I've
it's
worked on
not.
book
It is.
projects
It's not.
and stuff like that, but not any scripting.
Script is not tedious.
It is.
A fucking book is tedious.
Yeah.
Yes,
Writing
for sure.
a novel
100%.
is tedious.
100%.
Way more than
Yeah.
a script. I can
Yeah,
blow
I've
through
never
a
written
script in
novel.
like 4
Everything
days.
is just more
It
like
takes me
story,
9 months to write a
mystery
book.
subject.
I'm still working on my book that was due 3 months ago. Jeez. I'm telling you,
I don't
man.
give a shit. I don't know
You
deadline.
do comic books and stuff too, right, Joe?
Yeah, well, I was going to say mediocrely, but that's not the word I wanted. But also that. Minutely, I contribute to storylines. I don't write I've never written a whole comic book.
Right.
I just contribute to like certain aspects of different stories and stuff, which is perfect for me.
Yeah.
My focus right now is I got to finish this book I'm working on, and then I have 5 more of those to write for the publisher, and then finish up. I want to get to 40 scripts. I'm almost done with
Wow.
Debbie Does Demons, this dude Donald Farmer is making one like over the last couple of weeks called
Yeah.
Debbie Does
Called
Demons.
Debbie Does Demons. I thought when you said that, I was like, wait a minute, what?
Oddly
I didn't know
enough,
you were done.
oddly enough, I was like, you know what? I got all this artwork done. I was just gonna hit him up and be like, yo, I started writing this script called Debbie Does Demons like a month ago. You have one already coming out. I got all this fucking artwork done.
Combine
Why don't you just take my fucking artwork and I'll rename my movie?
There you go.
But then I was like, no, fuck it. I'm not gonna make it for like another 5 years. So, even if I am able to make it, it won't be for another year or 2 years. His will be out and done, and mine's gonna be better.
Debbie Does
There you
Demons.
go.
We assume. We assume. But Debbie does. His is probably different than mine because mine's like about fucking demons. Well, demons, obviously.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know what his is about, but I saw and I thought, how would it be shitty of me to like say, here, I'm doing the same thing. Here's a bunch of artwork I did. I'll change my name.
Mhm.
Is that like an asshole thing to do?
I don't think so.
Or would he be like, oh fuck, that's great, thanks, man?
I don't know.
I don't know. Gotta ask.
I don't know.
Oh, you think he'd be more
Why do you say hi to my mom, Joe? Yeah.
If it's like the same premise, but what kind of other premise could there be? Debbie Does Demons,
Right.
Debbie
Like
does Dallas, but this one is
mean,
doing demons.
I know mine is basically Zach and Mary Make a Porno meets Ouija board.
Oh, interesting.
So it would be like X, basically like what X is doing.
Mine's a bunch of
Just with Supernatural.
It kind of was with Supernatural.
mine is about a bunch of broke ass bitches who work at a video store because we can get one called Viper Video in Tampa, Florida for all your video needs.
Dropped off a whole bunch of VHS to them the other day.
3 idiots work at a video store, and they have a signing of this big porn star comes in to do a bunch of signing. And they're like, what do you pay to make, how can we make that porno? How do you get money? How do you get millions? And she's like, we got to do this, this, and this. So then they kind of go and talk, and they're like, we'll make porno? And Debbie's like, wow, the girl, the lead. She's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go get some girls. We'll go to the strip club, we'll grab some girls. you know, and then one dude's like, well, I got a warehouse. My uncle owns a warehouse. So that's basically what happens is one guy writes the script that he's going to like make it about witches, and he downloads all these bullshit runes and stuff. But what he draws on the floor of the warehouse is an actual spell. So when they get in the middle and they're about to do the scene, right? The girl's gonna like one of the strippers is gonna like say all these words, and then the other girls they're just getting into this big lesbian thing. She actually summons fucking demons and takes over everybody's bodies. And Debbie and the two dudes who are like just standing there, they gotta fight all the fucking monsters. So it's like a horror comedy. That's mine. I don't know what Donald's is about. That's cool.
His could take the more pseudo.
Well, his is like on a farm. I saw a farmhouse and shit.
Yeah, I saw the Indiegogo. I haven't looked at the trailer or whatever they got.
I'm afraid to do those.
Afraid to do Indiegogos?
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like it cheapens you like a little bit.
It does. It's like
like you're not taking it as serious as you could. Like, you know, you come out and say, I raised $1 million by getting an investor. That's one thing. And then to go be like, I raised $1 million on Kickstarter. First of all, that's impressive. But because I couldn't raise $30,000 to make a movie. I raised $13,000. But that was fucking 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, back to Mike.
Still trying to figure that out.
What up?
What do you got, sir?
No, nothing. Just excited.
What's coming out? What's going on?
Just the series. That's what we got going. Like I said, it starts tomorrow night on National Geographic.
Oh, that's dope,
nice, man.
And then
is that Nat Geo its own channel?
Is it
or is it on Discovery?
Is there an app? Like, is there a streaming app that?
Because I have Discovery and I have History.
So how it worked last season, and I'm pretty sure we're doing it the same way this year, is so it will a new episode of like old school style. It will come out every Wednesday night, but as the episode airs, that episode will go into its rerun rotation on the actual network, but you'll be able to stream it on Hulu.
Oh, awesome!
I believe Disney Plus as well.
And what is it called? What's the title of the?
Narco Wars.
Narco Wars. Right, you said that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Narco Wars. We will be watching.
And see, National Geographic is owned by Disney. At least the media division is. So I believe it's going to be streamed on Disney Plus.
Does that make you a Disney princess?
No. No, we didn't really have to deal with the Disney people too much. I mean, a little bit in their legal department, but
yeah.
And Nat Geo pretty much has their own production thing.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. That's pretty cool, man.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love the History Channel and Discovery. I watch a lot of shows on there, man. I watch Josh Gates. He's got Expedition Unknown. Then there's Expedition X. Then there's Destination Truth. Then I watch Alone. Those shows are great. Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, we like those too. Yeah, those are good. Like survival shows and.
Yeah, my wife and I binge the shit out of those, man. I just make fun of everybody though. That's why she loves it.
Yeah.
90 Days In.
I dig that stuff.
You watch 90 Days In? That's a pretty cool show. Dumbass people going to jail for 90 days thinking they can handle it.
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they start flipping out.
Yeah, dude. The one guy like almost started crying.
If I was just in solitary for 90 days, I could do it.
No, dude, they gotta go. They're there. These people, not. It's like if they called us up and said, "Yo, you guys go in for 90 days. We're gonna record everything." The jail doesn't know it's being recorded. Right. None of it. Nobody knows. None of the security guards. None of the inmates. And you're there.
Treated like an inmate.
Right? Oh yeah,
you're in
treated
there.
Like an inmate. Nobody knows that you're in there.
Yeah, you're in there. Trying to figure out why it's so bad in there.
Right.
You got to figure out where the drugs are coming from the criminals, and where the drugs are coming from the guards. That's why you're in there.
Right.
Dude, some of these people.
All those.
Like I watched one with a girl, man. You never would have known she wasn't a fucking criminal.
Right.
Dude, she was so good from the moment she got in there. They almost wanted her to stay longer. She got like 6 guards to like do shit for her.
Yeah, there's a couple people that were on that show that were like, really good, and then there were some freaking idiots.
Dude.
Like, there was this one dude, and he was all like,
You're talking about the guy who bought the
he was all
fucking...
cocky and shit. Like,
The guy with the fucking... He went and got all the vape pens.
yeah.
He spent like $90 in commissary the first day. Like, dudes don't have $8.
Right.
You went and dropped $90 your first day.
Fucking idiot.
People watch that too, man. That guy.
Yeah, he got all his shit stolen. He got it all stolen.
Absolutely.
That one dude borrowed his pen and never walked away with it. Like, fuck it. What happened over there, Tony? You just silent?
Yeah. Tony has
Just
It's
observe
a
it?
show I know nothing about.
Tony
I'm
check.
just listening.
No, well, I don't know, man.
I'm just listening. I know nothing about the show. I'm just like, okay. Maybe I'll.
What about 90 Day Fiance?
No. I don't watch reality TV.
Man, that's a shit show.
I'm fiction, and she's reality.
All reality
so
shows are fiction.
I watch all my
Back.
movies and TV shows during the day, and then we watch shit together at night, like 2020. And,
Yeah, all right. I'm not that old.
90 Day Fiance.
2020.
They're like the murder mysteries and shit.
We watch
it's like Dateline
Deadly
and all
Women
that.
Killers. Those are fun.
Yeah, Dateline has good stuff.
Dateline's great, man. They're all on Paramount. We literally watch like every fucking Dateline.
Right. Crime and investigation.
It went back
all
like
that
20
stuff.
years, man, and it's just crazy. And when you start watching all these shows that many times, like all those episodes, you already you can predict everything.
Yeah, you can now kill somebody and you're
like,
away with it.
Oh yeah, the wife did it. Oh yeah, the husband did it
Yeah.
because of this, and it's crazy.
Yeah,
how
like after
people-
watching these murder women shows or these women murdering their husbands, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why Leanne forces me to watch these things. I have a pretty good idea. But I know now that, like, I know exactly what to do. If you need to kill somebody, what you need to do, because all these dumb idiots do the opposite.
And it's also amazing how many times the police just completely botch the investigation.
Yeah.
Because they focus on one person.
Yeah.
And it was somebody else, and they screwed all the evidence up, and they didn't do a proper investigation because they thought it was that guy for some reason. And it's just incredible. Like, even if you think it's somebody else, do your job and, like, investigate the whole thing. And it's amazing that they just don't. And it's also amazing that people, like, the husband doesn't want to be with the wife anymore, so instead of, like,
or they're
divorcing her, he just kills her.
Right,
And tries to dump her body somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, do you really think you're going to get away with it?
Why don't you just get a divorce?
Like, you can't get away with anything nowadays.
I disagree.
Between DNA and cameras everywhere, like,
listen, you go to downtown St. Pete, you take $20, you just hand it to a bum and give him the gun or the knife and say, hold this for 5 seconds. Let him get his prints all over it, and you take it back with your napkin.
He's got it all.
And you take it back to the house and you just drop it there.
You know what, Joe? You could write a script for Lifetime Network, dude.
Dude, you have no idea.
No, I'm telling you, because that's what Lifetime is. It's all these plots.
Double-crossing sisters. Rebecca wanted to love a man, but that was Tommy. And Gina wanted to love a man, too. That was also Tommy. Who's gonna win? That woman who narrates that shit, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Right.
I love her. She's like an FBI profiler. And
Oh,
that's what
yeah,
I
that
call
lady,
stabbing them in the back. Like, she's got all those one-liners.
No
I
idea.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, I can picture her face.
Yeah, she's a dark-haired. Yeah, I don't know.
She always like holds her hands real weird.
Yeah.
It's
She's like,
uncomfortable.
what is it? It's not like that at all, but...
What?
You don't watch the shows, lame-o.
I don't watch reality TV.
You got a superhero name, it'd be lame-o.
I am. I'm lame. I'm boring. I'm a basic bitch when it comes to everything.
Well, I'm like Lizzo, because I'm 100% that bitch.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Who's Lizzo?
Oh, my God. Lizzo. You're supposed to be holding me down. Instead, you're holding me back.
I was wondering where your mind goes. I was just curious.
That's the sound of me calling you back.
Go ahead.
There. There it is.
I
Silence.
started watching Miss Marvel.
Oh, wow.
It's for kids. It's a kid
Yeah.
show.
Do you put on a tea
Nah,
party?
I don't mind kid shows, but
Well, it's a kid show.
boring, dude. Boring.
That's because you
It's
don't get it.
horrible.
What do you mean I don't get it?
You don't get it.
I do get it. It's just boring.
You just started watching it. You don't get it.
I watched 3 episodes.
You still don't get it.
And it's just like,
So, when they do the Fantastic Four new movie,
Not till 2025.
yeah, you know why? Because fatty's got to get in a little bit better shape. When they cast me as Ben Grimm.
You mean round?
What? No. I saw someone talking about Ben Grimm, and they were like, this guy should be him. And he was like a skinny little dude. And I was like, what fucking world did you grow up where Ben Grimm was a thin dude? He was fat.
That's Mr. Fantastic. I think
he was like a fucking chubby. He was like a cab driver. Yeah. I want to play Ben Grimm, goddammit. All my stars and garters.
Well, Chris, we know you didn't like Moon Knight, so
fucking train wreck. That's why.
It was amazing.
Dude, that movie.
You don't like Moonlighting?
Sucked ass.
Moonlight.
I love Moonlighting.
Yeah.
Dude, Moonlighting is like one of the greatest TV shows ever.
What you're doing is gaslighting. That's what you're doing right now.
Yeah, I love
but Moon Knight, obviously you didn't get it. You didn't know
it was trash, dude. The whole show was trash.
I loved it. I loved it
too. You told me last time we were on the show that there was a spoiler. I didn't like the way.
Because you didn't watch the whole thing at that time.
I didn't like this and this. It sucked.
Well, I tried to watch the whole thing.
Of all the Disney shows, that was the worst one.
No, what? They got Aladdin with Will Smith.
No, I'm talking about the Marvel shows.
Oh,
that was the worst one.
I could.
I'm excited for She-Hulk again.
Yeah,
like I said, I think I have a fetish. I think I had a fetish I didn't know about.
Large women.
Of like 7 foot tall, large green women who could carry.
How do you feel about Fiona from Shrek?
No, not as good.
They kind of look the same.
They don't look the same at all. If you think She-Hulk and Fiona look the same, that might explain a lot.
Oh, they're both green.
They're
both big.
Yes. Yeah, she
has
come out.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I mean, it looks quirky, but it looks like I'm in love with her.
It looks awesome. When does that come out?
I don't know. Bruce Banner's in it.
Like
Hulk's in it.
Promoting it and everything.
Daredevil's in it.
Actually, I think it comes out soon. Like within a month.
Cool.
Yeah, I checked that out. I like She-Hulk.
Yeah. And I think they did something very similar with the origination of She-Hulk.
That's not a word.
It is a word.
Origination?
Origination? Yeah.
How she came
How about origin?
Her origins.
Her origin story.
They're both
words, Joe. They're both words, I promise.
Right. Google.
But
origination.
But yeah, with the blood transfusion and everything like that, same thing they did with the comics. So basically they just brought that back, and she's breaking the fourth wall and all that.
Well, yeah, I don't remember her ever breaking the fourth wall in the comic book.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe I didn't read enough of them.
Maybe.
I remember her getting her power through blood transfusion because she was dying of cancer.
Yep.
And Bruce came in and gave her blood.
Yep.
And then it made her become, or it unlocked the Hulk. It was already in her blood.
Huh.
I don't know. Anyway, she looks hot, and I'm going to watch it.
Did you see Thor yet?
No.
I still haven't seen it yet either.
Man. No, I have 4 kids, and all of them suck. I can't take it to...
They'll like the movie.
All right.
You take 4 kids to the theater?
Yeah, that's $1,800.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We have the Regal Pass, man. It's $20 a month. You see as many movies as you want.
I don't have that much time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have an abundance of time.
We try to go once a week.
I have an infant, and a 7-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 15-year-old.
That sounds horrible.
It is nightmare every day. I haven't slept in 4 years.
And I have like 5 jobs, so I don't have time to do all that.
And I have jobs that I'm trying to do. Like work, real work.
Yeah.
Like paid work.
Yeah, Krista hasn't worked a full day's job in years.
I do nothing.
Yeah, when did you retire?
I retired like
and how
3
can
years
you retire?
ago.
Because you're not a millionaire. I've seen your car.
I got a nice car. It's a brand new Volkswagen Tiguan. What's wrong with that? I had it a year old.
It's new to you, but it's from 1968.
Ah, it's new.
Ah.
It's like a 2021.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1968.
It's because over the years I've set myself up. I have no bills. Like I got a car payment, phone bill, and that's it. Like I don't really have anything
What'd
else.
you do to get your money? What'd you do before all this nonsense?
What did I do for what? What
like
do you mean?
Job.
Career.
Oh, I was a
Before you were
mortgage
a
broker
filmmaker.
for 10 years.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That there's nothing to do with what we're talking about, but you just reminded me, looking at your face,
Thanks.
that my buddy Roy and his wife called me up, and they were like, "Are you with Kane Hodder?" because we posted a picture.
Oh, you know what? I've had a lot of.
And I said
tell me
no.
I
I said,
like
what the fuck are you talking about? Because they know that Kane's going to work in this next project we're doing. I said, no, I'm not with Kane. I would have fucking called you immediately.
Yeah, I've had a lot of
And
people tell me I
they're
look
like, that's not Kane. And I said, and I thought about it. I said, you mean Chris? I started laughing. I was like, oh my God, he does look like Kane
I've
Hodder.
had a lot of people tell me.
Yeah. You're like a fat Kane Hodder. You could be Jason.
I am fat.
You could be Jason.
Fuck off.
Thank you for that, Chris.
Thank you. You're laughing way too hard. Yeah, I've had probably like 4 or 5 people tell me.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, so you're a mortgage broker?
So maybe I should go and like charge like $100 for an autograph.
Yeah, people are going to know you're not him. You'd have to burn your arms up.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I was a mortgage
And get
broker
in
for
shape.
10 years, and then
What?
I quit to make movies like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And here I am.
Yeah.
Well, my point is that you're a money manager, right?
Mhm.
You got to know people with money.
I do.
Yeah. Why don't you get them to invest?
I don't know. I just don't.
Okay. All right.
Well,
I can't be here anymore.
No,
This is the fucking kind of nonsense world that we live in. That's why I don't know people with money. Because I would constantly just be asking them every day. Want to invest in a movie? No. Want to invest in a movie? No.
that's the thing. It's like
You got millions of dollars,
there's
bitch.
friends that I know, but here's the thing: is like I'm gonna ask them for $1 million, knowing they're not gonna get their money back.
You don't know they're not going to get it back. You don't know they're not going to get it back. You have to have
There's
enough
like a
confidence.
90% chance
All right,
that they're
let
not
me
getting
talk
their
to
money
your
back.
friends. Let me talk to your friends, and I'll borrow $90 million. It's called an investment for a reason.
Right.
The chance of loss is greater than the risk of reward.
Right. So
you-
why would they do it?
Because you convince them that you're going to make money.
Exactly. So I'm gonna lie to them.
You're not
They're my
lying.
friends.
You don't fucking know that, dude. You don't know that you're going to take your $1 million, go make your movie, and it ain't going to make $5 million, $10 million. Fuck, Kevin Smith does that shit all the time.
Right.
He's working on like part 3 of Clerks 3. It's like part 3 of 3.
Right.
It's ridiculous, the shit that Smith can do, and make
'Cause
a
he's
fuck ton of
done
money.
it.
Right?
For
Why though?
fucking ever.
Because he's done it.
Because he did it for.
You
he
can
got,
do it.
Kevin Smith got lucky, and someone saw
No,
the movie,
no.
and they picked it up and
Dude.
gave him money to make more movies.
No, you can do
That's
the
exactly
same
what he
thing.
did.
I'm doing the same thing, man. I'm doing the same thing.
How much money have you made on your movies?
None.
Exactly.
But I've still got
That's
$1 million
what I'm
to make my
trying to
movies.
Right.
You got to keep going. You got to reach for that next value. You can't just
understand
keep
that.
making $5,000 movies
Right.
and expect some shit to happen.
Dude, here's the thing.
That's not going to
I
happen.
do this
you
for
risk
fun. Like, it's fun for me. Like,
I do it for fun too, but
I
I,
don't-
also want to do it because I got 4
I'm
fucking
in the
kids
low risk.
and a wife.
You're
And I
different.
want a fucking
This is what
mansion.
you want to make millions
And I
of
want
dollars.
pools because eventually I'm gonna have to drown some motherfucker.
Right. And I get that. We're from 2 different worlds. Like, you're trying to do this as like to make money.
Yeah,
I do it just because I like it. It's just fun.
I
for
hate
me.
it.
And I like the whole process. And I was telling, I saw Carl this morning. I told him, about cheerleader. I'm like, you know what?
Carl. We all know who's
Carl
Carl.
Huber, the FX artist.
Oh,
I picked up a bunch of body parts from him. So anyway, I was telling him about cheerleader, and I'm like, I'm fucking horrible at like making money on my movies, just like marketing it and posting it everywhere and all this shit.
It's a lot of work.
I hate it.
it's
I don't
a lot
like
of
it.
work, dude.
And I'm like, the cheerleader movie's over. I don't even give a shit about it anymore. Like,
See-
it's over, and I'm already on to my next project. I don't care about it.
But the thing is that
That's why I need to find a way to have someone else take my movie and start making money on it to give me,
you need
and that's the problem. That's
need
the,
a
the
bigger
key to
budget.
success. I don't think
Yeah,
I don't think
like
budget
almost
has anything to do with it.
Like a publicist,
Like
almost like a publicist
Yeah.
to push it and
Right.
write it,
Exactly.
having it.
Or to find some type of distributor that actually pays out, which I don't think they
Right.
exist. But my problem is like, so I make a $4,000 movie. If I made 10 grand on that movie, I am fucking happier than a pig in shit to make 10 grand. On it.
okay.
You're like, I want $1 million so I can make $5 million, and that's same thing. It's just
Right.
on a lower scale. It's on a different
I get
scale.
It. I get it.
And my way is there's very little risk. Like, I'm still $800
And
bucks
very
in the
little
hole.
reward.
Right. But I don't care about the reward. That's the thing. As
Well,
long as I can make a little
I
bit
do.
of money, I'm happy.
I'm not trying to
and I
sound
get to
greedy.
make more money.
I'm just saying I want to make
It's not
quality.
about being greedy. I get where you're coming
Yeah.
from.
But
it's just we're
the next level though.
we're
You know
doing
what
the
I mean?
same
Like,
thing on different levels.
Yeah, but you could easily step up and
But do I want
more.
to? Like, why do I want to try to get $1 million from somebody to make a fucking movie? Like,
Well, I'll tell you what.
I don't think I have a story.
I don't understand you.
I don't think I have a story good enough to warrant $1 million to make something.
But see, with the bigger budget,
Like, I can tell
you
the
could pay
same
a marketing
story.
assistant. You could pay people to push your movie. You
Right,
can pay
but
for
that's the thing.
publicists. You can
Right.
pay for marketing.
Well,
You
you
can
say
Right.
You can pay for advertising.
But here's the thing: with you need to make $1 million back. I only need to make
But see,
$3
I
grand
need $1 million
back.
to make a movie. I'm just
And I usually do that in the Indiegogo. I make it all back, and then we move on to the next one.
Right.
So again, this is just like
I don't know,
a
what-
hobby
what-
for me.
What process is better process? Yours or mine?
Neither one. They're the same. They're just on different scales.
Yeah. All right.
When you get $1 million, you hire somebody to be your line producer.
Yeah.
You hire somebody to be
Yeah.
your
Generally
director,
now,
your fucking whatever.
yeah. I used to do it all.
I do it all myself.
I used to do it all, dude. Sorority is the first time I didn't do it.
Right. I do it all myself.
I do it all myself.
And I enjoy it. It's just like, again, it's just a hobby for me. It's not something that, oh, I hope to be a big star and make $1 million movies and all this. I would like
I
to,
don't
sure.
care if I'm a star or not. I want to make $1 million
Right.
movies.
If somebody gave me $1 million to make a movie, I would be absolutely. I will take it and do it.
Well, go get it.
I don't care enough to
See, I do.
ruin a
let
friendship.
me go get it. Tell me who your friends are, and I'll
I
go
don't
get
care
them.
enough. I don't care enough to ruin a friendship because
Well, I don't know
of
them,
that
so
risk.
it's great. I
Of
won't
that
be
risk.
ruining the friendship. But they have to know. I have friends of mine. I mean, my last investor are friends, and they know there's a minimum risk.
Right.
If you give me the $1 million, there's a chance I may not make
Right.
that back.
And if you make $100 grand, are they going to be upset?
Look at $100 grand. So they lost $900,000.
Right.
You can't. It's an investment.
Are they going to
It's
be
a
upset?
write-off. That's why Section 181 exists in the federal tax documents. If you invest in a film or TV production, it's 100% tax deductible. So you still save on the taxes on that.
Right.
So you don't need to worry about it. You're only risking some sort of really a minimal because as a big player investor, if I'm putting $1 million in it and I lose it, I can lose $1 million.
Right.
Because you could lose $1 million.
Of course.
Right. So you don't
Now,
get it.
is that based on location? Like if you are in an area that has tax incentives?
No. This is federal. Anywhere in the United States.
It's like income tax, basically.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can.
See, and you know all this shit, so you're able to pitch that to people
Yeah.
who get $1 million.
You know how I know all that
I don't
shit?
think
I read all that.
Like I'm a pretty good salesperson. I was very successful in mortgage, and I don't know. Like I could pitch somebody $1 million project, but if they started asking me like crazy questions like that, I wouldn't know the answers. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know all that shit, man. I study all that. Incentive, what state has the best incentive?
Right.
And
I just don't care enough about it to learn it.
I do. I want to know it all, man, because I want to make millions of dollars. I want to have fucking.
Everybody wants to make
I want
millions
my
of dollars.
kids to be set up so they don't have to do shit. Not like me, growing up in a trailer trash fucking house and food stamps.
Right.
That's not happening for my kids, man. Ain't gonna happen. I want my kids' kids to be fucking deep in money. That's why I do it.
Go and
Is
get
that
it.
selfish?
No, it's not selfish at all.
Yeah.
You have a
No,
plan,
man.
dude, and,
I mean,
and I'm not
everybody
saying
has
that your
different
plan is
drive and
wrong.
motivation.
Yeah.
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 I'm not saying your plan's wrong. It's, That's the right
Well, it
fit
certainly
for you.
needs to work real soon.
That's the right fit for you.
Because right now my plans need some reworking.
Everybody has goals. My goal right now is to make a $3,000 to $5,000 movie and make like $15,000 to $20,000 on it and move on to the next one. That's all I care about. Like I said, I got no bills. My kids are grown. It's just me.
I need $5 million and I'm retiring. That's it. I can retire on $5 million.
I think if I had
$5 million, I'd make my sci-fi movie make $50 million.
I don't need all that. Why do I need $50 million?
I don't need $50 million. That most of that would go back to the investor. I would just take more money and make another movie. That's all I want to do. Keep making them.
Right. And that's what I'm doing, just on a smaller scale.
And making them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
You know,
Yeah.
and then when my daughter's like fucking 25,
film for 5, and he makes 10 or 15, then he has enough to make his next movie and
profit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely, get you to the next one.
yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I want my daughter 25 to be, you know, fucking running my company and fucking
yeah, man.
$30 million company or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Mikey,
I mean, but that's all a dream. And who the fuck knows? I'm probably end up working at Starbucks.
everyone has their favorite instrument, favorite tool that they use to better their situation. What's your favorite instrument that you use to be successful? Like, instrument could be your system, it could be your processor, your audio interface, could be your mics, could be your keyboards. Like, what is your number one tool you work with every day that you just have to use on every project?
Well, when I was a touring musician, it was guitar. I was a guitarist. But doing what I make money in now, when I'm working on a project, it is all programming. So, you know, I would say Pro Tools.
Oh yeah,
is I need.
Yeah.
You know, it's a multi-tracking system, so you know I can multi-track whatever is needed. You know, whether it's underscoring or Foley audio or whatever. You know. So.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I can pretty much do anything on a movie, but I can't make music, and that pisses me off. I
can make music if it's like
score music or whatever.
Music.
Like score music. I wish I could do that, because then I wouldn't have to rely on anybody for anything.
Yeah.
Like I can do anything. But yeah, that sucks that I gotta like outsource that. And,
so what type of, like, we do a lot of things that try to help promote and teach new artists, new filmmakers, new producers, new directors. We like to like give the tips and hints. So if someone was starting out, what do you think your best advice would be for them?
Yeah, say somebody wanted to learn how to make score music. How would they do
it? Well, I mean, you know, obviously you would think it would be somebody to be interested in that aspect of production. Of
course.
So they're obviously gonna study, you know, film scoring as far as studying it in films they watch, not necessarily in school, music school or whatever. But I mean, people have to have some sort of music inclination. You know, it doesn't mean you have to physically play an instrument, because you can buy sample kits. And, you know, but you have to have the right equipment to lay out it's basically a timeline, like if you were storyboarding a film, you would storyboard a musical composition and for what you need it for, and then kind of lay it out. You know, it's kind of tough because you're not really doing it on your own. You're kind of really communicating with a director and seeing what they need and laying it, you know. Sometimes it's something minimal. It might be 2 tracks of something, and other times they may want like an orchestral composition, and it's 64 tracks, you know.
So Pro Tools is like it's a software just to make music? Is that what that is?
Tracking. It's a tracking software, like a music production tracking.
Yeah, it's the same thing we use for DaVinci. That's Pro Tools is the DaVinci for musicians.
Okay.
So that's how they use to make tracks and combine different, like I said, the drums, the mics, like they have different tracks for each instrument.
Yeah, so you have like different, like a drum or a violin or whatever. You have all these instruments, and then you make the track and then blend them together.
Right.
Well, on a timeline.
Yeah, you basically can start off with a blank track. You're cutting vocals. I mean, every music studio, I mean, even at the big level, like U2 or a Madonna, they're more than likely going to be tracking in, if they're tracking in PC, it'd be like Pro Tools or Ableton Live. They're tracking in like Mac, you know, Digital Performer, what Mac-based programs, which they have Mac-based Pro Tools too. So
do you have to know how to write music to do this?
No.
So if I pick like,
so you have to know how to timing.
If I pick like guitar, like how do I know like what's gonna play? You know what I mean? Like,
well, here's the thing. First of all, if you were gonna utilize stuff for your film, you'd have to make sure you get royalty-free samples,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
some sample packages are copywritten.
Right.
So you would want to make sure you get royalty-free samples, and you just want to kind of work with it for a while, because you may want to get sounds that other people aren't using.
Mhm.
And you could take a sample package, you could dump, say, a drum sample in, and you can lower the tempo, and you can pretty much change up the entire dynamic of that track
Sure.
from how somebody else would use the track.
Right.
Yeah.
So the music's basically already made. You're just cutting it and blending it and making it your own.
I'm just saying, for a beginner, if they
Yeah.
were doing it that way. Like for myself, I have synthesizers. Some of them are rack-based synthesizers and physical synthesizers. So I could take something and I can actually play out a small part, and then I could cut it or I can loop it. So I'm doing more hands-on tracking with what I do.
Right.
But I'm saying, for somebody at a beginning phase to kind of get into it, and working with samples and stuff. And I do work with some samples. I mean, obviously I don't have access to an orchestra.
Right.
So if I'm trying to do something that has some viola and some violin, I'm using sample packages, but I'm customizing it.
And where do you get the sample packages from?
You can go online and basically just go into a search saying, if you were looking for royalty-free orchestral samples, depending on what type of samples you're looking for, if it's percussive samples or orchestration, string instruments or woodwind instruments. But a lot of times with the orchestral samples, there'll be a massive package of just isolated orchestral sounds. So you'll get maybe 150 different violin sounds. It might just be a sustained E note being played. Same with like the viola or woodwind instruments. And so it's tedious in the fact that there's a lot of files to open up to listen to.
Right.
To see what
that's the thing. That's the
time,
hard part.
It's more time consuming, but it's but once you find sounds that you're like, wow, that is kind of like a sound that I think will work, then you obviously pull that file to the side, so you put it on your desktop or whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was actually the first industry that I started this business in, is music. Like I produced music and artists, and I actually made beats for a while for hip hop artists.
So you understand the process.
Yeah, like I used Fruity Loops for my beats, so I used a lot of drums and everything on Fruity Loops pretty much back in the day.
You can do a lot with those programs. I used to do a lot with Sony Acid.
Yes.
It's a tracking program.
Yep.
You don't have to get into some uber technical, like an Ableton or a Pro Tools, but just the more you, like yourself, the more you get involved in it, those programs can do more. So you want to be able to have more access of, reversing tracks and, more plug-in capabilities and stuff like that.
It's a lot. It's a lot of.
Right. I was wondering. That was awesome.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of a, like I said, with music, it's just a whole new world for filmmakers to understand the audio world. The audio world is very like it's its own entity. Like it's a total. So when I jumped over to film, it was because I used music as my board of connecting them, because I actually hosted a music television show locally, and that's pretty much how I got into the film side. Is I was on the radio, I produced music, and then there was this opportunity where I hosted a TV show. It was like a local TRL for local bands and whatnot. And then that's how I jumped into film and making TV shows and, getting to that side. So actually on camera and behind camera. That's how I started my career.
But that's cool.
Everybody.
That's awesome.
Chris took a little.
But if you think about
Sorry, I had to take. I had to bring it.
Composition.
Right.
If you were to take like a Tim Burton film and you took out all of Danny Elfman's underscoring, that adds so much to it.
Yeah.
I mean, just the whole feel of it, not just in the camera and the lighting.
Music's huge.
The shots, it's massive.
Music is very important. Sound design is very important to film. Very important. Right. It can make or break a film, honestly. In any at all.
Right. I agree.
Right.
Yeah, I think Spielberg's next movie should just use like car honking as the music.
Little blow horns that are on bicycle handlebars. That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, do you actually have a studio that you go to, or do you when you do this, or do you work out of a home studio?
I work mostly on that. I work out of my home studio. But yes, we do have a studio in Tampa as well. So if we are doing more tracking and bringing in session players, I would work out of that studio over there because we have more of an isolation area for percussions, vocals, etc. But most of the stuff I do with like film, or media, I do out of my home studio. It's easy,
That's where it's at.
because
Yeah,
like
man.
I said, most of it is direct inboard. What do you got going on there?
Oh, this is Chris's last movie came out. Cheerleader Sleepover Massacre.
Slaughter.
Slaughter Massacre. Slaughter Massacre? That's
no
the
massacre
same.
in that movie.
Oh, Cheerleader Sleepover Slaughter. There's no massacre in this. Why'd you tell me massacre?
I didn't say massacre.
I think you did.
Oh boy.
I think you're mixing up the.
I don't know.
Shit,
But
I forgot the title of the other movie we were gonna make. What is it called? Lake Hackahoe.
Lake Hackahoe.
Idaho.
Oh,
Or you could call it Lake
I think
Slasher.
cheerleader.
Learn how to read.
Sleep. I can't fucking read it. It's so dark. Cheerleader Sleepover Slaughter Massacre is the next part 2.
Slaughter Massacre.
Slaughter Massacre.
Don't
And then
think
after
that-
that, it'll
there
be
will be no-
Cheerleader
there will be
Sleepover
no part
Slaughter
2.
Massacre Orgy.
There will be no part 2
Why?
or 3. Because we're on to bigger and better things.
Okay.
Death
Now,
Blow.
all right. See, you're stepping it up.
Death Blow.
Stepping it up,
We are stepping it up.
right?
We got Joe Davison on board.
Well, that's like a step
That took
sideways.
us to a whole new level.
It's like a parallel step.
Science.
a whole new level of mediocrity.
Right. A whole new level of nobody cares. Thank you.
What's going on with your film, Joe?
But yeah, it should be
Which
fun.
one? Sorority?
Yes.
It's coming, man. It's coming. I just got in the score. Speaking of music, 2 days ago, we got this gentleman, Jared Foreman, who did the underscore for Mandalorian and stuff. He's our composer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Wow.
he did. He's a friend of a friend. That's how we got him.
It's pretty much how you get anything.
Well, yeah, it was like, what are we doing for music? I don't know. I know this guy. He's doing this show right now on Disney that's nothing. This was like 2 years ago. And, and then it was like, oh, he did The Mandalorian. Okay.
He did this one show that
Yeah,
nobody
one
really
show that
cares
kind of
about.
went somewhere. So he just sent me, and he's young, dude. He's like 24. Like,
He's-
dude, just talking to him, I'm like, how old are you? So,
Some kids nowadays, man, are crazy.
So that's where we're at. Waiting on the visuals. Still, they're supposed to be in the next 2 weeks or so, which should be great.
Are you releasing this in October?
No.
Oh, you're not releasing.
No,
it.
the goal is stop for photos.
What's the goal?
The goal is to secure this deal for Fish People, and then do a double feature in the drive-ins. So it may not be out till next year. If Fish People doesn't happen, right? Let me talk to your $1 million dude. If Fish People doesn't happen, then we'll release it in March sometime. We were going to try to push for October, but that's just not going to happen.
Right.
So that's where we're at with Sorority. And then, and now I'm trying to get another film funded called Attack of the Fish People. So we'll see. It's in contract, but that don't mean shit.
True.
Don't mean anything till the money's in the bank.
Exactly.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So with that being said, thank you so much, Mikey Plastic, for joining us at Killer Collab
Yes.
Podcast. That's
Having
Mikey
me on,
Plastic, Chris Lato, Joe Davison. I'm Tone Deaf
Lake
Florida.
Hackahoe.
See you next week.
Hackahoe.
Thank you. Bye-bye.